So I'm just doing some late night talking, or Kaizen talk. Um, Basically today, just got off work and I had to put my generator in my storage unit because it was just taking up a lot of space. Is you don't want to have like a $500 generator just sitting in your trunk. So I had to drop it off on my storage unit. I got a phone call from a lawyer today. Um, I'm trying to get some property across the street from my house. So just a vacant property. So I reached out to a lawyer that reached out to another lawyer that he just asked me for the paperwork or just the property details, and I sent it over. So hopefully I'll get word tomorrow on the next course of action. I mean, of course, it's going to cost some money to put a claim in for anything with the lawyer. It's going to cost some money, but maybe I'll get a course of action tomorrow, because the thing is that the house is just right across from me, from where my house is. Ideally, it'll be easy for me to just kind of just go across the street and just work on that property while I already have the one across the street. So I'll literally have, if I get that property across the street from me, I'll have the entire, well, not the entire street, but I'll have one block, an actual block that I own, because the house next to mine is a double lot. So basically, one lot is empty, and then the other house is on the house that I have is on. So I got an entire block going to the alley, and then if I get the house across the street, I'll have both the entire block, not the entire street, but the entire like block or whatever. So it'll be like literally having like just a block basically of real estate, because the house sits on a half of a block, and then it's an alley, and then you have the other houses down the street. So I'm trying to get that property. What you heard with the clapping was basically some sound effects that I downloaded. So the title of this was basically one of my favorite movies. That's what kind of led me into trading stocks, the movie Trading Places. I mean, to this day, that's still my goal, to be rich and just laying on the beach sipping some like daiquiris or something like that. You know, um, that's still my ultimate goal. Like, movie Trading Places was like, pretty much epic. I didn't see it till I was a lot older, because it came out in '83. But actually, the movie that I did see that my mom took me to when I was 3 years old in '83 was E.T. But I didn't see Trading Places till about 1987, '88. I was a lot older by the time I saw Trading Places. So I saw it like on cable or something like that. So it was a very interesting movie, because what's very interesting about it, to not give it away too much, is that you kind of have both elements. You have an extremely poor guy, a guy that's you got a guy that's on the top of the pyramid of wealth, of my wealth paradigm, which is pretty much the elite person, which would be Dan Aykroyd, and he's actually working, or he crosses path with a poor person in the case of Eddie Murphy, and their two worlds collides. Thus, the word trading places, because of you know various different actions or whatever or let's just say events in the movie. Okay, so it's literally in that movie you have both parallels of a poor guy at the very bottom and a rich guy, a wealthy guy at the very top. Um, so in a lot of nuances in between, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's in like the top five. One of my favorite movies. I mean that literally one of that movie, Wall Street, um, The Pursuit of Happiness. Those are the probably some of the top three movies, and then other movies as well that one day I'm gonna do a move like a movie list of trading movies, but definitely Wolf. I mean, Wolf of Wall Street is in there too, but basically Wall Street, Trading Places. Trading Places is my number one trading movie that basically inspired me to want to be a trader, to want me to get into stocks and everything, trading stocks and stuff like that. Uh, Trading Places is number one, but then you got, I guess I'll say number two is uh is Wall Street, and it's quite a few movies that is kind of like a part of Americana culture, and it mixes in, um, you know, basically stock traders or stockbrokers. You even have American Psycho that you can add to that mix. Then you have another Wall Street. It's like they filmed it like in the early part of 2000. Um, so yeah, it's quite a few trading movies that I'll put a list together and I'll make a video about it. About different movies that have something to do with trading. Even the guy that I forgot his name, the dark skinned guy that he played. He was in Iron Man. Uh, I can't think of his name. He actually had a movie. He had a movie that basically he was in that had something to do with trading. I think it was on Netflix. But let me see that guy's name because I'm looking on the cast right now. Let's see here. Look, but he probably wasn't on here. Because Terrence Howard replaced him. So I have to look at the Iron Man, probably back to, or actually, you know what? I just look at the other Iron Mans because he was in that movie. He was in a whole bunch of movies. Let's see here. Iron Man. I know it's more than one Iron Man. Let me see what was another movie that he was in. It's another movie that he was in. I was just having an extreme brain fart, but anyway, he was in this movie where he was basically he owned a brokerage firm, and I have to find out. Just give me a second. I have to find out who it is now. Let me play some. Let me play some. Play some sound effects. Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle. That was who it was. So now I could probably find because if it's showing Don Cheadle, I could probably find out what movies he's been in and find the name of this movie because it's a real raunchy movie, trading movie. It's kind of like a dark comedy. So let me see here. I'm not even sure if it was a movie. I think it was like a series. It was like a series of some sort. Um, Let me see if I can find it. I think this is it. This is probably it. No, wait, is this it? No, this is not it. Okay, let me see what else. Because it was definitely a series. Yeah, it was called Black Monday. Okay, it was called Black Monday. Yeah. So it's kind of like a boiler room type Wolf of Wall Street type movie. I mean, well, TV series where basically he was the head of a brokerage firm, and he was basically involved in all kind of stuff, and it actually has like some of the first elements of AI trading in this actual movie too. They go really kind of in depth a little bit with AI trading. Um, what the series is called Black Monday, but yeah, it's I'll come up with like a montage of different movies that it's like trading movies or whatever, even TV series because Billionaire is a pretty good show that talks about that goes in depth with how those hedge funds are run and stuff like that. Kind of gives a snapshot about how those hedge fund guys, how they live, what their lifestyle is, and stuff like that. But yeah, I just pretty much I just wanted to hop on here. I ain't gonna stay on here that late, but yeah, definitely Trading Places is definitely number one movie of all time as far as I'm concerned when it comes to trading because it's just like basically the epitome of what I talk about. That movie is literally what I talk about. You can in this country you can wake up one day, you can have an opportunity to be on the bottom and literally all the way up at the top. Like with just one opportunity can land you from being the bottom all the way to the top. Like it rarely happens that way, but you can self improve and stuff like that where you can be like in the bottom and then 3 months 6 months later, next thing you're in the middle. Definitely in a better situation than you was um 6 months prior. It happens a lot of times. I mean, one thing I really like to hear And one thing I like to watch is like rags to riches stories. I absolutely love I love rags to riches movies. I love rags to riches stories. I mean, I absolutely enjoy those types of stories because a lot of times, that's literally kind of how a lot of people started out. They, had situations like for me, fortunately, because I've had family, and even though a lot of my family is getting old, a lot of people died. I've had family to avoid me actually having to be like homeless, where I'm sleeping in my car or sleeping under underpass, or sleeping on somebody's couch. Even though sleeping on somebody's couch is not even really that bad to me, I don't even consider that homeless. But I kind of avoided a lot of those situations. Not so much the couch part, because at one time I was sleeping on my sister's couch. Um, I remember that, but um, that's not that bad to me, other than like sleeping in a car or sleeping. It's a funny story. Like if you haven't watched ATL, you pretty much missing out on life, because that show breaks down a level of brokenness that it's just unreal. It's just unbelievable how broke that character is that played in that show. It's Donald Glover. He was literally living in a storage unit. Excuse me. Even when I was getting my storage unit, the lady that was showing me the storage unit, she was like, you can't stay in the storage facility closes at 10 o'clock, and all of these rules she was giving me. And it's like, what the heck is you talking about? You can't have no human bodies in the storage unit. I mean, why would somebody want to have a human body? She was like, people, they pretty much basically saying you can't live in the storage unit, because people actually have tried to, even on YouTube, like, I mean, it's people that literally on YouTube that have, showed themselves, genuinely showed themselves living in a storage unit on their YouTube channel. Couple people actually. And yeah, I mean, it's people that actually have done that, like lived in a storage unit. Uh, Basically, the storage unit had electricity. They lived in it. You know, it's people that actually did it. But in the show ATL, he shows his actual self living in a storage unit. Yeah, but the thing about ATL, this is what I hear about ATL or whatever, Atlanta. Atlanta is, a lot of homeless people are in Atlanta. For every one Ramil or Kevin Samuels or anybody that's successful in Atlanta, it's about 200 dudes that ain't successful. Okay, because one thing about Atlanta is it's in the South. Okay, it's still in the South, and the South has not caught up, to other areas in the country, primarily the North, the Northeast, even the West. It's South. The South is a lot of places in the South is kind of lower on the economic scale because it's kind of far away from the money. Okay, so it's a lower cost of living, but it's not a lot of opportunities. In Atlanta, it's, like I say, it's very competitive. I've heard of multiple people actually going to Atlanta and actually becoming homeless. I've done projects and whatnot where IT projects where I've heard multiple people. This one chick, she went down there with her son, and she said basically she was living in a car after she couldn't get a job because jobs are not that plentiful down there as far as what I hear. And I've been down there and I saw a whole bunch of homeless people hanging out in front of Gladys Knight's soul food restaurant. And it was a few places that I saw homeless people hanging out. And I used to watch videos. I used to even sell documentary videos. And one of the videos I used to sell, I'll never forget, is called Crackheads Gone Wild Atlanta, and it was Crackheads Gone Wild in Chicago. And them videos was crazy as hell, and it was just, man, really, really crazy. And I'll never forget, some of them videos, man, people, all them crackheads that was living in them trap houses in Atlanta. But yeah, I mean, I say all that to say basically, it's places basically that, you got a lot of people that, I mean, I was talking about the reason why I was talking about Atlanta, because I was talking about the actual show Atlanta, because yeah, that guy that played, that's playing Donald Glover is playing. I mean, that's pretty much, it's pretty common. It's more common than it is uncommon, because it's like, it's people, what's going on, Soul Shader? So it's people that basically, for every successful person that you hear from Atlanta, and that's just how it is anywhere. For every successful person that you hear, okay, in Atlanta, it's about 100 that's unsuccessful. Or let me not say 100. Let's just say for every one person that's successful in Atlanta, you gotta imagine it's probably like 50 that is unsuccessful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Atlanta, from what I've heard, and if somebody, I mean, I'm the type of person that if I say something wrong, I got, I say like, comment, share, subscribe on almost all of my videos. And if I said anything wrong, I stand corrected. I'm not the type of person that I'm going to disrespect. As long as you don't disrespect me, I'm not going to disrespect you. If you say that it isn't, you live in Atlanta, you live anywhere in the greater Atlanta area or in Georgia, and you say, that's not correct. I'll go with that. I won't even try to challenge it. Because I don't really know that much about. I'm not from Atlanta. I only went there one time. I visited for like a weekend. But from what I know, as far as from what I heard and what I seen, I saw a lot of homeless dudes walking around when I was there back in 2000. That was 2013. And matter of fact, I can say this because nobody really know who the hell I am. I mean, my channel is still small enough where I can kind of somewhat say some shit, But if somebody come at me or whatever, ain't no big deal. But here's the thing, man. My ex-wife, her one of her child's father or whatever. That's where I was going when I was on some simp stepdaddy shit. I was going to go with her to Atlanta to drop off her daughter to visit his father. So we drove all the way from Chicago to Atlanta. I saw a lot of the caves and mountains and stuff like that. Looked like some Flintstone shit. And I saw where the truck ramps are, where if the trucks lost control, they have to go on a side ramp along the mountain. It was crazy, you know. But yeah, I mean that it ain't. I don't think it's like Cali Soul Shader. I don't think it's as bad as Cali because I saw some of the videos in Cali, man. Cali, like what I heard, even a partner of mine, my friend of mine, he said he went to Cali to go pick up his brother that kind of just basically, he was spaced out, kind of went AWOL, went missing, got stranded down there. He said it was a lot of people, a lot of homeless people and encampments and stuff. I don't think it was that bad in Atlanta. I don't think it's that bad in Atlanta like Cali, but I saw a lot of homeless dudes walking around, you know, hanging around and stuff like that when I was down there in 2013. But the thing about it is that when just recently, I don't know what happened, but the last 3 years, my ex-wife's daughter's father, when we went down there 2013, he had about 3 cars in the driveway. He had a big old diamond ring, jewelry and everything or whatever. Supposedly, he was getting SSI, and then he was making beats. He was producing. He was a producer down there. He was in. Yeah, I think I'm back now. I lose connection periodically, but what I was saying is that my ex-wife's daughter's father, he like 4 years ago, he went. Something happened where he got sick or something happened where oh no his because he was married. He was married to a woman, had a baby with her and whatnot. And then I think he already had a child before he got with my ex-wife or whatever when they were together. Some crazy shit. But anyway, she left camp, and then he he got into a bad kind of bad situation or whatever happened. He ended up becoming homeless. He was living in a church down there. He lost his house or whatever. I think they were renting out a house. Lost everything he had. I don't know what happened or whatever. I guess he somewhat got his life together because she was trying to ask me to help her go down there, and I conveniently said no. I couldn't. I don't even think I could. It was something going on or whatever. I couldn't go if I wanted to, and I think that's really none of my business because it's like in my opinion, when you divorce someone, you don't got no stepfather responsibilities. All of that pretty much is gone down the tube. You got to find somebody else to help you do all that shit. But I just, what I do, I just pretty much, a lot of times the way I live my life, I can't do nothing like that anyway because I'm a contractor. I can't just go drive somewhere and everything. I gotta work every day. If I don't work, I don't get paid. So Um, but I guess he must have got his life somewhat together again or whatever. But yeah, the man was living in the church or whatever in a homeless shelter. So yeah, man, it is something to it, man. It's something to it. I don't know if it's bad as Cali, but you got to think about it. Like it goes by opportunities. So, for example, if let's say it goes by opportunities and the unemployment rate. So, if the unemployment rate is high, then basically it's very difficult to get a job. So, if it's difficult to get a job, you have months where you won't be able to get a job or whatever. Then it's gonna be kind of difficult. And then at the end of the day, sometimes you got people that just don't know how to hustle. You got people that just really don't know how to put the pedal to the metal and get out and go all out. Like I was talking last night to that dude, XS or whatever, XLs or whatever. He was kind of sounding like he was being picky with things. Like when you on a level, when you're on the bottom and you're pretty much homeless. You gotta sleep on this fat chick couch and that fat chick couch, this ugly chick house, and this smelly chick's house. You gotta do whatever you can to get out of that situation. Cause you literally you like on the edge, Grandmaster Flash in the Furious Five. Don't push me cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. I mean, it's like when you on that level, you really people don't be knowing it, but you pass the point of being able to like complain about doing stuff. I mean, you got to go all out when you're on that type of level. You said you open a Charles Schwab account. I'm leaving TD Ameritrade. Well, Charles Schwab just bought TD Ameritrade. I don't really know. That's most people. Most people don't know how to hustle. Oh yeah, yeah. It's the thing about it is they really don't have a plan. That's why I created my millionaire savings plan. I was just kind of shooting off the hip before that plan. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just living life impromptu. I didn't really know exactly what to do. I was just living life day to day, week to week. But now when I have a plan, I'm actually hitting the ground running because it's like my reward steps are actually my plan. So getting a house, getting a car, um, you know, upgrading my car so it'll be better, getting a better car, and then also keeping everything that I've had or whatever. And then I think when I get to like 64 grand, that's gonna be where I start. My goal, I put down on my reward for 65K. I gotta look at my millionaire savings plan. I gotta see what I put down for 64,000. I believe I was gonna start an investment firm, a small investment firm, because that's enough money to me to actually do that. So I think it's a combined with my financial portfolio, because I combine everything. And then I need to try to give you guys like something like a budget sheet, because the budget sheet that I follow is pretty good. I got everything down to how much income that I normally make, and it shows me my daily spending. So like down to like the penny of what I can spend every day, and then how much money I have left over, and all my monthly expenses total. But my millionaire savings plan, let's see here. So this is my old one, but actually it'll be on point. So when I get to 64 grand, my reward is a trip to Africa. Um, but when I get to 128 grand, I put down a restaurant. But I think I don't even want a restaurant. I think I want to start a financial trading firm. That's what I want to do. Best thing is to never fall in the situation in the first place, so you can afford the luxury of being picky with hustling, having a safety net. Then don't got to worry about food. Yeah, I mean that's what the millionaire savings plan is all about. Because see, here's the thing. Like, this is why it changed my life. I don't. It cracks that check to check lifestyle. See what you're talking about is the check to check lifestyle. So a lot of people that live check to check, they always broke because they waiting on their next check, and then they robbing from Peter to pay Paul, and doing all of that stuff because they don't have any money saved. So with this plan, you start with just $1,000. If whatever you have, if you have more, then that's good. But a lot of people don't even have $1,000 saved up. So you put together $1,000 liquid cash into a savings account, and then you basically you start from 1,000, then you try to double it up every step. So doing that, you get to 2,000, 4,000, then 8,000, 16,000. You got, Soul Shader, if you got $8,000 in your account, okay, basically, that's enough money to survive off of for at least a couple months. So you're not gonna make stupid decisions when you got $8,000 sitting in an account. You're just not gonna do that. You're not gonna be so desperate to just be like, okay, yeah, I'll come stay with you, Shaquisha, with that weighs 300 pounds and barely can clean herself, because she can't get into the crevices and cracks. I mean, you're not gonna do all of these acts of desperation because you're not desperate. It takes away all of that desperation when you got 16, you got 8,000, $16,000 in an account, and then you paying your debts off monthly if you have debts. You're not desperate. You're not in these. You're not. These conversations that people have. You're not having those conversations. You're not having those conversations in your office at your job. You notice how, like, you will start to notice that you're on a different a whole different stratosphere. Everybody else is having problems with basic stuff like gas. uh People ain't really too much complaining about food. I don't really hear too many people complaining about food. To be honest with you, I don't even hear people complaining about gas either. But people do complain about rent. They complain about car payments. Primarily what I hear people complain about is rent, car payments, credit card bills, student loans, um, mortgages, mortgage payments, child support payments. Those probably are the seven top things most people complain about. Now, student loans is an issue for me, but I have a plan of attack. But it's like, all of that other stuff, it's already taken care of because I don't live check to check. So I take care of my children. I have my budget that I follow. I have a budget for my house expenses, my home improvement expenses. Saving. I save money in my accounts. I'm not desperate. I don't have to. I don't have to do desperate acts to to survive because I've been following a plan for years. You know, let's see here. Made an account with OTC investing. Okay, cool. Also, even better is taking $16K and investing in the dividend stocks, then have the whole world kiss your ass. I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can once you start to build up your brokerage accounts, you pretty much start to take off if you know what you're doing. You just taking off because that's a lot of money, you know, to because if you just simply have a return, okay, let's just take $16,000 and you have a monthly return of like 10%, which is rare. I mean, you're making $1,600 a month. I mean, even if you just have a modest return of 5%, you know, divide that by 2, you should make like $800 a month. That's $200 a week profit. And if you got $16,000, you should make more than $200 a week. You should make $200 within. If you're doing it right, you can make $200 within an hour or less, or 2, or even minutes. You should make $200, man, before 12 o'clock. You know, but that's just how I see it. But yeah, I mean, the more money, the better. Like money is like, it's like freedom fighters, man. It's like, you know, it's like the book, The Millionaire Fast Lane. Every dollar is like a freedom fighter towards your freedom, towards financial freedom. So that money, that every dollar recruits more soldiers to fight for your freedom. I mean, that's when I read that, I was like, wow, that I can resonate with that. Because it's like, you know, if you're an investor, basically, you should know how to take $1 and turn it into 10. You know, turn it at least into 2. That's ultimately what you should know how to do. So, well, I mean, the investment, how I look at my brokerage account is a caveat to my overall finances. So ultimately, if you are liquid in your actual cash, because see, here's the thing where people get sideways. They listen to people that are already wealthy, and I've talked about this before. They listen to these people that say, don't save money. Don't save money. Don't save actual cash. The dollar is crap. The dollar is crap. Yeah, that is true. But here's the thing. Because see, this is the thing, Soul Shader. I'm not only a stock trader. I'm not just a stock trader. I'm not just an options trader. I'm not just a ETF trader. I'm a trader, period. I buy real estate. I buy cars. I look for cars. I do a lot of stuff what Ramil does. The only difference between me and Ramil is Ramil doesn't trade stocks. He doesn't mess with stocks. I mess with stocks. But I mess with the other things, but primarily real estate. I really don't mess with too much cars because I don't really have any place to put any cars right now. But when I get settled in, I will be buying cars and getting into that too. But I use money as a tool to buy real estate. But ideally, you want to have cash, in my opinion, so you can capitalize on opportunities. Period. all across the board. But if you have your brokerage account, if you have a very beefed up brokerage account, right? Let's say you have 5,000 plus in your brokerage account. That's a caveat. That's like okay, like I like iced coffee, right? I love iced coffee. I love iced coffee right now so much that I'm thinking about adding coffee to my Al's Herbs business. So because it's just so good. What I like on my iced coffee is cream. Okay. I like the cream foam on top of my iced coffee. So having a beefed up brokerage account to me is like having cream on top of my coffee. Okay. So having a very beefed up savings account, let's say ideally, let's say $5,000 to $10,000 in your savings account, having a debt payoff plan going on with your budget, with your current income, paying all of your expenses, having your little, debt snowball if you got a lot of debt or whatever, got student loan debt or whatever, and then having about $10,000-$15,000 in your brokerage account. It's just cream on your coffee because you're not touching your savings money. You're just letting that grow week to week. You're trying to grow your brokerage account day by day, and then you're working and you're making money week to week, month to month, and you're growing each account. So you're contributing money to your brokerage account. You're beefing up your savings goal to get higher savings. So you have a double-edged sword. Okay. And then, yes, me in that case, what I do is I when I see other opportunities like real estate or any opportunities to better my life, guess what I do? I take my money, I take my cash, and I capitalize on it. Because it's gonna enrich my life. Because, like, for example, my house that I purchased on a contract, once I pay it off, once I fix it up, that's a hard asset that's worth at least $25,000. So now you add $25,000 of add to my asset column. Now I'm less in debt than I was, because when that house, if I can sell a house, I can take that 25K and put that into my assets. Now I'm not worried about trying to get $16,000. Now I'm close to $32,000. Now I can go get my, close to getting my Porsche, because that's what on my reward for getting $32,000, buy me a Porsche. Okay. But I wouldn't even do that because I'm going to keep my house because I need a place to live. And I want to escape the rent trap. But yeah, I mean, having a beefed up brokerage account, that's how I look at it. It's just like having cream, like icing on the cake. Oh, okay. Is that a margin account or that's something else where you can borrow money off of what you invested? Because I've had margin accounts, but I haven't had anything where I can get more money out than what I already have. That's quite interesting. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I need some more accounts. I've been looking at M1 Finance, a Webull, and just maybe another brokerage account. If you said Charles Schwab is lit, then that's what I need to be looking at. But I'm not going to probably be settled back in to beef up my trading account until probably for me, probably like February, March of 2021. Because I have to put thousands of dollars into my house to fix it up. If I get another house, then I'm going to have to put more money into that house. But I can still, because see, here's the thing, my living situation, until I settle that, I'm not going to be beefing up my trading accounts until I get settled. Once I actually get settled, then I'm going to beef up my trading accounts again. Because I have a lot of my money is going towards basically rehabbing my house. So I don't really, I can put a little money in my trading account, and I have done that to get, like, because I saw some opportunities that I wanted to hop on. But I primarily don't, and I probably need to. I need to kind of, like, maybe just give it a little trickle, maybe like $100 or $200 a month, put it in my brokerage account, because I probably do want to just put a little bit of money into it. But when I was trading, I was doing like $400 or $500 deposits, stuff like that, because I was trying to really beef up my investment accounts. But what I could do is probably just give it a little trickle of money, like in my TD Ameritrade. My Robinhood is a challenge only. I am not putting any money into it or anything. I'm just, trying to see what I could do with it. If that account goes off, I'm gonna be famous. If I can get that account really, really high and just take off with it, I will be. I have the potential to be, like, basically famous, because here's a guy that took $40, and I've have documented evidence, video after video, tracking my progress. And if I could ever get that account off and take it and run with it, I'll probably be famous. Because if I can get it to where it's like $1,000 or hundreds and hundreds of dollars and thousands, that'll be my big break, where I'll basically take off. That's what I think. Oh, they let you borrow 50%. Dang, man, you make me want to start a damn Charles Schwab account tonight. Wow. Man, I'm gonna be looking at what did I invest in? What, my Robinhood account, or just my accounts overall? Because my TD Ameritrade account, the most money that I have in my accounts is TD Ameritrade and Interactive Brokers. My Interactive Brokers, I gotta see what I'm actually trading. In my TD Ameritrade, I'm just holding pennies. I'm holding pennies for the long haul. But what I have in my TD Ameritrade is Corsair Gaming. I got a couple shares of Corsair Gaming, because Corsair Gaming, I think, is going to have the potential to take off. Um, and then Robinhood. I gotta look at. Let me get my phone. I'm not in. I'm not in any trades right now with my Robinhood because I got out, but I gotta see what I got out of. But I had actually made a little bit of money. I think I made a snapshot and I put it on Patreon to show what I actually did. But let me see what I did. But I can tell you basically the symbol CRSR Corsair Gaming. That's kind of, it's up 14. It's a 14% change, and then I'm in some pennies. I'm in some OTC stocks that I've just been holding. I got 1,000 shares of Sears Holding Corporation, and another stock that is called Access Power. I would not recommend anybody get into Access Power because I don't know what is going to happen with it. It's kind of one of those penny stocks that I bought a whole bunch of shares and it just kind of got dead, and I don't know where it's going to go. But I'm just kind of using I just bought it just to hold it, just to see what it does. But if I sold it, I lose money off of the commission. So I'm stuck with it. But let me see what I bought. Oh yeah. So I use FinViz. And I looked at the groups that were trading the tech stocks that were trading, and it was saying solar was pretty powerful. So upon that, I found there's a company called Ren Solar, and then I bought a few shares of that, and then I sold it, made a little money, and then I bought a company called Superior Industries, and then I made a little money off of that. So my Robinhood, I got $29 in it. So week to week, let's see here, I'm up $5 from last week, $5.54. So I'm actually going to probably buy in for something tomorrow, but with my interactive brokers, I know what I'm in on interactive. I'm holding 200 shares of FET, Forum Energy Tech. I think it's Forum Energy Technology or something like that. Actually, yeah, it's Forum Energy Technologies. And then I got 90 shares of another company. I think it's I gotta look and see. I gotta see what I'm in on my interactive. I think it's SONM. But I'm not quite sure. Let me verify what I'm in on my interactive brokers. Yeah, I got about 90 shares of Sonim Technologies. So that's SONM. Oh yeah, man, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Oh, Charles Schwab does free OTC trades too. Wow, damn, man. Wow, I gotta get on board. That them OTC trades be killing me. Cause I literally, when I buy OTC, I know I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna have to hold it because yeah, it's $7 per trade. Yeah, for those OTC trades with TD Ameritrade. The interactive brokers does the same thing. They charge a commission for OTC. They don't even interactive brokers don't even let you buy some OTC stocks because they consider it too high risk. But yeah, if I get this off, I get this account. If I do it, if I just somehow get this account off, it start breaking away. One, I would not be no broke genius no more. Two, I mean, I'll be like definitely I'll be like hood famous. I'll be like YouTube famous then. Cause one thing about it is people respect money. If you got it, they ain't got no choice but to respect you. If you are already rich and you made money and you showing you got money, they can't deny that. It's nothing that they can do about it. It's nothing nobody can do about it. If you showing your work and you got $100,000 in your brokerage account and people see that, people zero in on that. And then they see where you started off and where you're at. They can't deny it. And they can talk about you. They can call you, they can say everything in the book and throw it at you. But they can't refute the fact of what you did. They can't say, all right, you broke. They can't say anything about anything other than the fact that you got way more money than they got, and you have accomplished something. They might try to diminish it, but you can't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say cause see, here's the thing. If I can get my account to 100 or 200, 2,000, 20,000, 200,000, I can get it to 2 million, and then, it's like at that point, when you get higher and higher, then here's the thing. I ain't doing nothing but giving Robinhood free advertising. I'm basically, at a certain point, Robinhood damn near, they would have to just give me some type of like endorsement deal or something. Once I get to where I'm like literally just killing it, I got like over, probably even when I get to the point where I have over $10,000 in my account or whatever, and I'm trying to go to 100K to $1 million, they gonna have to, like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all kind of stuff going on at that point. I mean, I'll literally probably be the best Robin Hood trader. I'll be the GOAT. I'll literally be the GOAT Robin trader of all time. Like, I would just say this. If I can take $40, turn it into 40,000, 400,000, 4 million, or whatever, I'll be the GOAT of all time, of all traders. If you think about it, I'll literally be the GOAT of all actual, like, traders of all time. I'll probably even I'll bump up, I'll be past the Wolf of Wall Street. I'll be any person you name, I will beat them out because I started so low. If I start at $40 and I basically go from $40 to 400, 40,000, 400,000, 4 million, I'll literally, Soul Shader, I'll be the GOAT of all traders ever, because ain't nobody ever did nothing like that. It's like impossible damn near. So I gotta focus in on it, man. I gotta try to do something, because I could actually try to break away with this. But I mean, all they gonna say is, "Oh, he cheated, he lied, he did this. All I got to do is just show my account list on Robinhood. They give you statements every month. Those statements, yeah, I could probably doctor them up, but those statements are verified by Robinhood. I mean, basically, I can just contact somebody from Robinhood, and they'll say, all right, yeah, well, you know, he didn't doctor anything up. I mean, we gave him official, like paperwork or whatever. I could even have them mail my entire, account history or whatever. So it's like they can't say I cheated. I mean, they can, but I mean, it's like it's no way I cheated. I've been pretty transparent. So that's all I'm waiting for. It's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. I mean, it's all like I think that I just need to focus more and just try to just get it done and just get it, just keep growing it. Because what's happening is I'm like going up and then I'm going down and then I'm continuing to go down. I just need to try to have some consistent growth. But I'm gonna tell you this. I've been just trying to find roller coasters. And that's been helping me. I've been finding stocks that have that like that trajectory, the growth, and all of those components. And I think that's gonna be a game changer for me. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But eventually something's gonna have to give. But I got other accounts that I basically use to trade in. So I mean, I have other accounts or whatever. We will see. So, but that's good, man. You let's see here. I ain't trying to put all your business out there, but say, yeah, man, that's pretty good, man. That is pretty good. I mean, because what do you contribute to your account, sir? Do you contribute a certain amount every month, or or every week or something like that? Yeah, man, that is that is pretty dope.
Run.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, I kind of like what I was doing. I don't think I was putting 700. I was putting like 300 or 400 a month. But I'll probably get back to being able to put a really a big amount every month. Probably around maybe like I say about February, because by February I should be done. I should be like let's see, cause I gotta look at my housing steps or whatever. Cause let me see here. Yeah, I should be on step 5 by February. So like step 5 is like I I've installed the kitchen cabinets, sink. I mean, well, actually, to be honest with you, I'll be on step 5 probably in like 90 days. I'll be on step 5 by like January because I'm probably gonna do the electric because I'm on step 3 where I got to do the electric and stuff. I'm gonna try to start the electric this weekend, this Friday. I'm gonna drop some money on an electrician. Um, then I gotta do the plumbing, and then get a water heater, furnace, get that installed, get the HVAC system, repaired. That's gonna that's gonna take me like a month and a half to do all of that, and then after that, it's just getting drywall and then paint, and then putting kitchen cabinets and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be honest with you, like be honestly, like I told my friend, I said, man, after I get the drywall up and stuff, and I get the tall it in and kitchen cabinet and the sink and everything, like basic shit, I'm gonna be in that motherfucking house because like I'll just get everything done while I'm in there because all of the other stuff I'll just finish it off and then do the flooring and while I'm in there because I'm paying a lot of money right now for basically just basically to have a place to stay. But if I can get out of here and then get in that house, get me some, give me a good cable modem or whatever. That way I ain't got my little shoddy internet service or whatever, and get my little stuff set up or whatever. Get my little 3 monitors set up for my trading station. Get things set up. I'll probably be beefing my account back up and then get my house complete. But see, here's the thing though. It's a variable. See, it's variables to this shit. It's algebra to life. It's not just 1+1 all the time. If I get this other house, then I'm gonna, I might be trying to live there, and then I'll just use this other house as like a rental or just Airbnb or something. So it's variables, man. I'm looking at 3. I'm like playing spades. Like I'm looking at 3 houses, man. I got I got. I'm looking at one, like 2 in a possible, man, because I'm getting a lawyer for the house across the street to try to take that one. I'm not playing, man. I'm not playing around. You know. I mean, I'm done playing. Like I ain't messing around, man. I'm trying to get as much as I can. When I can. That's all I'm trying to do. Like if like my friend, he was like, "Man, don't kill yourself. Don't extend yourself." Man, I looked at that. I looked at that fool like damn near like a crackhead. I was like, dude, because see, the reason why he said that it was because see, he's going half with me on this house. He don't want to put up no damn money, and it's like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? Don't put up no, don't kill yourself. I mean, shit, you complaining about where you living and shit like that, man. But you got to put up like some things about some people. Some people don't want to put up no money. it all goes down to people don't want to put up. Some people don't want to really put up no money. They have a hard time putting up money, and that's what it is. Like it's like they don't understand things will get greater later, but it's like niggas so into pussy and fucking bitches and having regular pussy, continuous pussy coming and drinks and pussy and good times and fun times that they don't see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that you ain't gonna lose all of that. That's gonna always be there. And then even if you're not, you might have to be on some old broke stuff for a while because you can't do all of that because you working on some projects. That's fine. But niggas don't understand that shit. They wanna like keep the tap going and try to keep the access to be able to fuck bitches and shit. And it's like they forget. Like I don't forget. Like even Lil Kim said, fuck bitches, get money. I mean, that's what I was listening to, but I don't know. Maybe somebody else was listening. He was listening to something else, but I remember that. But the thing is like I rather over invest in things that's gonna tangible things that's gonna put me in a better position down the road than just like just try to hoard a little money to not quote unquote overextend myself. I mean, you know, I just man, I it's just crazy, man. But I understand because he just don't want to put up no money. But it's like, man, nigga, I'm not about to slow down because your bum ass want to slow down because you want to continue, you want to sit still and stand in place. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I got to keep moving. If you can't keep up, then hey, this is the bill, this is the balance, this is what you owe. If you wanna back out, I'll pay you after everything after the project is over. I'll give you back what you put in. That's how I look at it. Cause it's like I can't just wait on anybody just because they want a work stoppage because they don't want to put no money up. Fuck that shit. Nah. I mean, it's like, yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah, he did contribute a little bit or whatever. He contributed quite a bit, but the thing is like niggas so inconsistent. The project ain't the shit. The project should already be halfway done, but he been so inconsistent. It's like it's kind of like It's like I'm in it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Which if I was in it by myself, it would be slow anyway. But to be honest with you, I think it would have probably been a lot quicker because I wouldn't even have to consult this dude or even worry about him. I just know I have to do everything by myself and then, just kind of keep it going. But I mean, that's where I'm in right now. I mean, I'm just doing everything by myself and, you know, holding the tab or whatever for his ass. But, it is what it is, man. But I definitely can't stop because the thing is like, okay, if I stop, what does that do for me? That doesn't do anything for me because right now I'm paying a lot of money for temporary housing. If I stop, that means I have to keep continuously paying money for temporary housing. So it's like if I put money, a lot, even more money than I want to fixing my house up as fast as I can, then I don't have to pay all of this money for temporary housing. And it's like, dude, just he don't be understanding what he be talking about, man. He just nigga kind of slow to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. Money does it's the bigger picture. It's the long term investment. That the long term picture is the picture, but a lot of times people have these limited, lack of abundant mindsets to not see the underlying overall big picture. For example, like, even because, see, I'm working on a deal with this other house where it's way, way more expensive. It's like a 30-year type mortgage type thing, but you got to put 3,500 down. And I talked to the lady, and she said she possibly could take like less down and then just prorate it into to the contract payments or whatever. But the house is in a very good neighborhood, and pretty much it's near my children. It's a lot better neighborhood. So the thing is like, if I even get that one, all of the other stuff, it matters. But when I fix that one up, it's going to be worth way more than what I have to pay contract payments on it. So it'll be like, in essence, basically, I can just resell that property and just refinance, or I could do a couple things. I could refinance it, or I can just sell it for basically more than what I owe on it and make money off of it, and take that money and move that into other projects or whatever. So I'm not about to pass on that. Or the other option is that, like I said, I could refinance it, or I could just fix it up and I'll just live in it, because it's a nice house. I mean, then the other house, I can collect rent on it. Then I could buy another damn house, and then I'll have three. I'll fix the one across the street from my house that I have now. You know, collect rent on both of those. Because the goal is, man, is that basically it's just like stocks: buy low, sell high. Buy low, rent, collect rent, and get your return in your investment over time. I mean, I just, cats don't really understand it. Some do. A lot of people actually invest in real estate. They understand that, but the average person does not understand that. They just don't understand. Even cats that be talking about, other stuff or whatever, getting out of debt, they don't understand it. But I mean, even my case, I mean, they do not, they talk about personal stuff or whatever, personal. I mean, I definitely would not be using this for a personal situation. In my house is now the house now that I have. It ain't no mortgage on it. It's just a land contract. So once I pay that land contract off, it's my property. So no mortgage tied into it or anything like that. And then the other one, if I get it across the street, it's no mortgage tied to that either. I'll just have to pay lawyer fees, draw up paperwork to make it legal, pay for the taxes, and then fix it up. And then I just have to wait the waiting period to own it, and that's that. The most expensive real estate will be probably the house that I gotta look towards, where it's like up north, northern part of Illinois. That'll be the most expensive, but even that one is only like $500 a month. So that's all that I would have to pay, and I can pretty much fix that one up and collect about $1,200 a month for rent for that one. So I could make like $700 a month for rent minus taxes. So $700 profit minus taxes and upkeep or whatever. So I don't know, man. I just, other people is like, they got their own way of looking at things. I don't understand them. Yeah, he just didn't. He just a broke dude that really wasn't really that broke. His parents both worked, but he been around broke dudes his whole life, poor dudes. I'm trying to bring him up to a higher mindset, but he still got that poor ass mindset. So it's like hard talking to people like that because they look at the world from a poor vantage point. They don't look at it like the whole world is at your grasp, the whole country is at your grasp. All this is for the taking. He don't look at it like that. He looking at it as from a poor man's vantage point. And it's like I've done too much research. I've seen too much to be looking at like poor stuff. Like literally, I'm gonna tell you, like if somebody gonna watch this on a playback, somebody watching this now, if you want to get out of that poor ass lack of abundance mindset, this is what you do. This is in my book. You make a picture, like a picture collage or whatever, or basically a picture slideshow. You get everything that you ever like that you want. I don't care if it's even women. I got tons of women on my picture slideshow. Tons of women. Okay. I got everything I like. Okay. All exotic cars, houses, castles, uh, all kind of different nice looking house, like interiors, yachts, all of this stuff, right? I have a picture slideshow. So every now and again, for inspirational purposes, I play that picture slideshow, and it reminds me of things that I want, and it shows me that because this ain't no cartoon. This is not a cartoon. This is actual women. This is actual cars. It's actual houses, mansions, castles. All of these things exist. There are people, places, things. They're actual nouns, right? So it's like when I see that, I'm training my eyeballs. My eyeballs are processing this into my brain, and I'm thinking things and feeling these emotions of what I see, and it is inspiring me to get those things, and then also it's training my mindset that these things are already out there. So amongst the bullshit of day-to-day life and seeing things and even seeing negative things, I know my brain is tricked already. What I'm talking about is basically based off of the books The Secret. If you basically have like a slide, you can just have like a picture board of certain pictures of things that you want. And when you get inundated by these visions, as far as these pictures, this actual slideshow, you can even make a video. You know, it takes more to do a video, but I just did pictures. But what it does is it shows you that the world is abundant. Okay, these things, these it's a lot to the world, and your brain is focused in on what you want. Everything you don't want, or things that you really don't want that are not desired, it doesn't even matter, because when you actually train your mind to be focused on what you want and what things are actually out there, when you actually see those things in the real world in your daily life, you like, oh, that's something that I would have put in my picture collage or whatever in my slideshow, or even you can even take pictures with your camera and actually add it to your inspirational. Like my folder is literally called inspirational folder. So I constantly remake this slideshow and I add things to it. So in my mind, these things are already something that I want. So when I go out into the world, I try to get these things. So I don't think like no poor man, even though I've been a poor man. I'm using these metaphysical or maybe like psychological tricks to train my brain to think higher than what is already out here. And it's fucking working. It's already worked. I mean, literally, it's like literally working. I'm already attracting certain things that is just coming to me. Okay. So, I mean, that's all you have to do if you like. If, it doesn't even matter. You could be in the hood. You could be in the worst environment. You make that picture slideshow of things that you actually want better in life. Even if it's just like you want a washboard stomach and you like fat as hell, like you just basically you train your brain to focus in on things that you want, and the funny thing happens in the course of your daily life. You actually get those things actually come to you, because a lot of times you actually do get what you want. you know a lot of times that's the way it happens. And when you constantly see what you want, you actually just go get it, because you know what the price of these things are. You know what you actually have to do to get these things. You actually end up going to get it. So when I didn't have that much money and I was trying to get to step one, when I was working in the chicken factory making like $13 an hour, you know what I'm saying, I was thinking, damn, when am I gonna get on step one? When am I gonna get that $1,000? I had like $300 in my account. When am I gonna get $1,000? Like, damn, am I gonna get it like when am I gonna get it? Like about a month from now, a couple weeks from now? I wonder, when am I gonna get it? So I wasn't just fucking packaging chicken. I was thinking, how the fuck can I get on step one so I can get my PS4? That was what I was doing when I was packaging that fucking chicken. And then when I wake up in the morning, I was thinking about the billionaire motherfucker that owned that motherfucking chicken plant. Like, god damn, this motherfucker's a billionaire. But I'm waking up to go work at this motherfucker's chicken plant, making $13 an hour. But I was thinking about that motherfucker, and I wasn't envious or nothing like that. But it was just like, damn, I know who owned this son of a bitch. And I know what he did to get to where he had to get, And it's like, I mean, shit. I might buy me a fucking chicken plant one day or whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, basically, I was thinking about what the hell am I going to do to get on this fucking first step. That's all I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking I was making $13 an hour fucking separating chicken parts. What I was doing was I was not only doing that, but I was still trying to do IT jobs on the side. I was still trying to get IT jobs. And on the course of doing that shit, the funny thing happened. I got off the goddamn chicken plant. I got hired to fucking work for DeVry. Fucking got out the chicken plant and didn't look back. And now if I had to go back to the chicken plant, I would. And I'll still be trying to think about, damn, how do I get on step 3 or 4? Because that mindset drives you. You know what I'm saying? It motivates you. It's a plan. It's not just before my millionaire savings plan, I wasn't thinking like that. It fucking it Jedi mind tricked my ass into actually trying to be what I want to be, which is a fucking millionaire. Since I was 5 years old, I wanted to be a fucking millionaire. Actually, 6 years old. Probably not 5. Maybe 6 or 7, because I didn't know what a fucking millionaire was when I was probably 5 years old. But I used to watch the lifetimes of The Rich and Famous with that British motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I knew I wanted to be, a millionaire at a very young age. So that fucking step that I was talking about, which is step 1, I was thinking about that even when I was a poor guy a couple years ago. That was all I was thinking about, trying to get on step 1. When am I going to get on step 2? When am I going to get on step 4? And the funny thing that happened was when I got there, I was like, damn, I got on step 3, and it's like, damn, man, that's tripped out, man. I mean, I think when I got on step 3, I got a drone, and it was like I felt pissed off because the drone, I lost it the same day. I lost it in the pond behind my sister's house. But you know, it was like, okay, but all right, that was the reward. And then I got a chess set. I got a square off chess set. I played it like once, and it's still in a box. Got waiting to go in the storage unit. But I mean, my point to all of that is that it took me time to get there, but I actually got there. And then I got close to saving $8,000. I've made money since I was 7 years old, but I've never saved because I always had a problem saving. That's why this plan saved my life, because I always had a problem saving, and this like Jedi mind tricked me into saving more. So then the highest amount of money I've ever had at one time, actually, I would say more than that, because I had a car, I had money in my brokerage account. But no, I added all of that because I use personal finance. Personal finance adds all your brokerage accounts, savings account, checkings accounts, and even your if you got real estate assets and stuff like that. It adds all of that. But the thing is that I had about $6,000 saved. And I kept thinking to myself, like, damn, that was the most I've ever saved in my life. Like, I never had more than $5,000 at one time, because I would just always, as soon as I get money, spend it. Every time I get money, I'll just spend it. So I never have a lot of money. So when I had $6,000, I was like, God damn. I was like, damn, man, goddamn it, I could go. I was literally, I was like, man, I could fly. I mean, this is the pandemic though, but I'm like, man, I could go fly to California for the weekend. And shit, I can go anywhere for the weekend in the United States, fly back, be, back online by Monday. I mean, was nothing. It was like just, but I shouldn't have thought like that, because I ended up just spending all kind of money, buying golf clubs and buying, getting car upgrades. I was tricking money here and there, just like spending money. But it was like, damn, I mean, it felt good, man. It felt good. And then I still had money in my brokerage account, had thousands of dollars in my brokerage account. It's like, just felt good, man. It felt good to be like, to have that money, man. Even though I was in debt, I had a lot of debt and whatnot, but now I don't. I mean, I only have my student loans. Well, I still do have a lot of debt, but I got my student loans. I don't have no other accounts other than that. So once I just pay all of that shit off and I'm good. But man, I mean, you know, that shit changed my life, man. That shit saved my life, I think, because if it wasn't for that plan, man, I don't know where I would be, man. I don't even think I'll be able to afford anything, because um I just wouldn't have no money saved. I'll just be doing the same thing I've been doing my whole life, which is just spending money and not having no plan and just winging it. And yeah, man, I mean, let me let me play some sound effects. that was my that was my sad little story or whatever. Let me play my little sad romance song. Man, I was boy, that sad song, boy, man. You just don't know, man. That was, oh boy, man. Let's see here. I just got a big sum of money at one time. I would just buy stocks. Man, dude, I wish I would have just got in a lot earlier than I did, because I had saved a little money because I was getting unemployment, and I had about like 4 grand. I should have just took all that shit and not even bought a car. Just put that shit in my brokerage account. If I, in hindsight, I would at least took three and just put it all in my brokerage account, and seen what I did. But hindsight is 2020. We got somebody new to the chat. Welcome, Bra John. Financial freedom is the goal. Facts. Facts. Definitely. 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 Facts. 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 Um, that's definitely the goal. That is the ultimate goal. Cause I mean, the thing about it is, you really can't. It's like a meme that I saw. It said black men just try to get rich to deal with the struggles in life or whatever. And I mean, I can't help but to agree with that, because that's primarily what I do. And I think a lot of people do, a lot of black men do that, because see, here's the thing. You can't control you can't really control racism. You can't control even black women, um the way whatever they gonna do. You can't control um what nobody thinks about you, or a lot of other things. But you can control how much money you spend and how much money you save. And if you could try to get, attain more wealth, you can open up more. I mean, you can have $1 million in the bank account tomorrow and be black, and you're gonna steal. They're gonna still call you a nigga. Where you live, you might not want to be. Even if you could live in certain places, you might not want to live there, because um, the racism that you're gonna have to deal with, or bigotry, or exclusionary, type of stuff, because you'll be surrounded by a whole bunch of people that don't really like you. That's kind of uncomfortable. Um, even if, because some places they have very, very nice houses and mansions. Even if you live there, just think, you got to walk outside your house. You got to go to a grocery store, and all of these, like, strange, these people that don't look like you, looking at you like, what are you doing here? I mean, it's kind of uncomfortable. And I've lived in places that are like that, and I've been places that are like that. I mean, um, I'm kind of like that. That's where I'm at now a little bit, but it ain't that bad. It's places that are really bad. Like, you're the only black face among a sea of white faces. Like, they looking at you like, who are you? Where did you spring from? And it's like, I say all of that to say, like, it's people that live like that, and it's fine. I don't, it's cool. I mean, it is what it is. But the thing, what I'm saying is that money can open up a lot of doors, and open up a lot of freedoms and luxuries that not having none can. So it's like, to me, if you could just zero in on that, that is it does help. I'm not saying it's gonna make the whole world a better place, but to me, it kind of does a little bit, because when I have money to, like, not to pay for, like, my cost of living and take care of certain things, and I have a financial plan to pay off my debts, and I'm working it, that does open up more of a world than it did when I was poor and broke and didn't have no plan and stuff like that. So it is something to it. Yeah, I mean, the thing about credit is, Credit is definitely good. Credit is definitely good if you know how to use it. If you know how to utilize it and be responsible. I mean, shout out to credit. You know, a lot of people use credit to better their life. You know, but sometimes people don't really know how to use credit. And I'll have to say I don't like car loans. I hate car loans because I don't know. Car loans to me are like child support payments. I really don't like them. You know, I hate car payments. I hate car loan payments. I just do. I don't think I'll not ever. I think I'll hate car payments for the rest of my life. I don't know. I hate car payments with a passion because I've had some very bad. It's kind of like I had, it's like post traumatic stress disorder. Well, you could just say post traumatic, like just yeah, it's like just basically PTSD with being poor and having car loans that just put me. I've just had some very traumatic car loan story, history, traumatic experiences with having car loans and repo dudes showing up at the house and all kind of stuff like that. Man, I just had some very very bad experiences with car loans, and trying to get a car loan to me is reigniting PTSD with me, and it's just me. I mean, somebody else it might not be that bad, but if ever I get a car loan, it's like reliving Vietnam or something. Like it's like my PTSD is start popping up again. I had to go sit down on somebody's couch. Like I just can't do it. It's very very difficult for me to do. Even though I know I can pay for a car loan, but I just like man, forget that. Okay. Yeah, man, that's another thing. That's just it's called fuck you money. You know, man, you gotta deal with all kind of stuff. You ain't got no money. You gotta deal with all kind of stuff, man. I mean, the stuff you have to deal with when you ain't got no money, man, is out of this world, man. It's out of this world. I mean, you really, to be honest, like it's cats, man. Like I remember when I used to live with before I got married to my ex wife. I remember, man, I had to like walk outside the apartment when she started arguing and stuff because I was living with her, and it was like, what am I mean, I had all my stuff in her apartment, and I remember like thinking to myself like, I can't really say nothing to this woman. I gotta just walk out the apartment even though she was like following me and shit, it's like some crazy stuff. But it's like I really couldn't say anything because I had to live with her because all my stuff there. I think I had problems with my car, so I don't even think I had a car. Like my car was like messed up. Like I was in a really really bad situation, And no, I had one working car, yeah, but it was like I remember saying to myself, I even told her, I'm like, it ain't nothing I can say to you. I mean, I'm living with you. I mean, I can't argue with you. I don't want to argue with you because I don't even feel like I'm in a position to argue with you. I ain't got nothing to say to you because I mean, I'm at your beck and call because I'm living with you and all of that type of stuff. Like, you know, yeah, man. It, I'm dropping straight. I be dropping straight gems, man. Like I know I'm just, I'm talking, but I mean, I'm older, man. Somebody like Soul Shader, you like, very young. I mean, I'm dropping straight gems, man. Like, nobody was telling me this, man. When I was in my early 20s, like, I ain't hear nothing like this. I ain't hear nobody telling me, all right, man, this is what you need to do. They were speaking in generality and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't even know about no Dave Ramsey when I was 22 or 23. And then, shoot, it wasn't nobody like me talking about no, system that's very similar to Dave Ramsey, but don't have you eating rice and beans and possibly walking 20 miles because you give your car away, because you ain't, you know what I'm saying, because that's your only car and all that type of stuff. Like, you know, when nobody talking about nothing like that, man. It was, I mean, they was talk. It was some finance guys or whatever, but I ain't hear nobody talking like that. And then it wasn't, YouTube wasn't really that popular back then when I was younger. So where would I get it from? Like, I mean, it wasn't really nobody hardly that I knew of, man. So it was like, it really wasn't no way for me to actually get no message. I didn't start really understanding things until like Robert Kiyosaki, but Robert Kiyosaki was talking about, doing other stuff and whatnot, but it wasn't really nobody resonating with me, man. Nobody really resonating with me. Dave Ramsey probably was the closest person, and then that's about it, man. As far as I can tell, like maybe me, it's a cross between Dave Ramsey, Robert Kiyosaki. Other people was talking about. You had Dennis Kimbrough talking about wealthy blacks or whatever, wealthy black individuals or wealthy individuals and whatnot. But the thing is like, okay, a very simple system to actually, try to get yourself in a better situation. Wasn't nobody talking about no grassroots type of system that was highly effective, that is more like balanced. Because the thing that I don't like about Dave Ramsey is that it's not balanced to me. It's like eat rice and beans and just, pay off your debt, pay it off, just, kill the dragon, destroy the dragon as soon as possible, like, kill it, like, just ride the dragon and cut the dragon's throat. Like, okay, get rid of your car and walk. It doesn't matter. You're in debt. Like, I mean, nah. I mean, you can get out of debt and still, and goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? Kill the dragon and poison it over time. Like, just, throw some dragon beans at it. This, slowly let it, kill over and die and shrink. Like, you ain't gotta just, what I'm saying, be this He-Man with a sword, trying to kill the dragon. You know what I'm saying? Killing yourself like every month. Like, you can basically enrich yourself. Like, that's what I like about my millionaire savings plan. You can enrich yourself, and then you can pay your debts off, and you can still achieve financial goals through certain leverages, such as, like, buying goods and reselling them on eBay, doing anything you can to make money on the side. And then the more you the more you pay off your debts, and you increase your goals to get higher up the steps. This is more balanced. It's way more balanced. It's way better than that, all of that stuff that I was following, and it's helped me in my life. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I got out of living in my sister's basement. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping on a mattress in a basement. You know what I'm saying? This is what I had to go through to the, get to the point where came up with this system because I had enough. I said enough was enough, and and through that I came up with this system and this plan. And like I said, man, I mean, I love it. I mean, it's the best thing since sliced bread. It's a financial plan. It's a life plan. Um, it's a business plan all in one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I pretty much I hope it's some people. I know you getting it, Soul Shader, but I hope some other people, man, is getting it too. Because see, here's the thing, man. Black people, we doing bad. We doing really, really bad. Collectively, we only have $3,000 on average of wealth. You know, only 13% of you know, um, basically our children are getting inheritance after we die. Okay, so that's a big problem, and it's like 13% are getting an inheritance of at least $10,000 or more. You know, which is not that much money, but you know, it's like it's a wealth. We have a huge wealth problem in this country, and you know, basically, you know, this deals with that. It deals with that head on. You know, with this plan, yeah, you can live your life. Maybe you can have a drink or two or whatever. You can, you know, you can have fun in life or whatever. But you know, basically, the goal is to get higher up the steps. If you focused on your goal, you get higher up these steps. You got more money saved, you know, and then you use that money to get higher up the steps. You buying stuff to resell it, you know, to make some money. You buying stocks, you buying real estate, you buying whatever you can to get higher up the steps, you know, and then when you get to where you are, if you're lucky enough to be, you know, a millionaire, then you just, you know, start off at reset it. You know, you reset the plan to 10,000. You start at 10,000 and you work your way up, and then the 11th step you'd be like $10 million. And you just start over. Once you get $10 million, you start over again. Now you start over. Step one is $100,000. Then you work your way up to then step 11. You at $100 million. You know what I'm saying? It don't stop. Then you try to be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? You go start off at $1 million on step one. Then by the time step 11, you know got $1 billion. You're a billionaire. You know, so this is why this is life changing. This is some life changing ass shit. I mean, I might be, you know, not too famous or whatever, or I don't. My channel is not, you know, I'm not the most famous dude on YouTube or anything like that. I mean, you know, but this plan, trust and believe. You know, trust and believe. This is that plan. This is a life changing plan. People ask me, like my friend called me. He was like, "Man, how do you make your money, man?" I told him, I said, "Okay, I work here, and then when I get off work, I do this." And then I also told him about the millionaire savings plan. I told him about my plan. I mean, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because see, here's the thing. Like, one thing about making money and whatnot is that it doesn't matter how much you make, it's how much you keep. Because, like I said last night, when you can work at McDonald's living with your mom, sleeping in the room you grew up in, and have $6,000 in a bank account, while your manager or your assistant manager, they arguing on the phone with their baby daddy over, you know, $50. because it's about how much you keep, how much money, how much liquid capital you actually have. Now how much you make an hour. You can make $9, $10 an hour, have $2,000 in a bank account, and basically people you'll hear people that you work with, they arguing over gas money and bus fare and Uber money to get home and back to work the next day. Cause like my friend that he used to sell oils and stuff. He used to always tell me, he's like, man, you should have you about $10,000. That was his little advice, but it sound good, but it's like, man, he's like, man, shouldn't have no less than $10,000. You should have at least $10,000 saved, you know, cause he had about 20, 30, or $40,000 saved. This man, he used to have, like, I helped him move one time. He had money orders and checks and cash just come all out the drawer, just money just everywhere, you know. But the thing is, he could have had more if he actually invested in stocks and got into real estate. But actually, real estate at the time, this was pre-market collapse, so the housing market was very inflated. But even after the fact, he could have bought him a house, cash, fixed it up, and got out of rent. Because thing about him is he was paying too much money on rent. He was renting way too much. He could have bought him a some type of commercial property somewhere and had his little oil shop, and then didn't have to pay no rent, and then bought him a little fixer upper. Might have been in the hood, but he could have bought him a little fixer upper and then fix it up. But he didn't know. See, his daddy and his mama didn't show him nothing like that. He didn't have no family member show him anything like that, you know. And this was before I got into real estate, so I ain't really know that much about it, you know. So I really didn't know as much as I do now at the time. But you know, he had money. He had a lot of money, you know. But at the time, I had a computer shop. I was poor. I had a computer shop and I was poor. Literally, I was a poor guy. I did not make that much money. Like, I was literally poor with a computer shop, man. I didn't make, man. I was in the hood. I didn't save any money. I was spending money. Man, after the day was done, I'll just take the cash from the drawer and put it in my pocket, and then that was my spending money for the day. I mean, it was ridiculous, you know. Yeah, man, dang. Man, man, do I got some clothes that's older than you? No, I ain't got no clothes that's older than you. Let me see it. Uh, no, I ain't got nothing that's 21. Let me see it. Uh, looking around at my shit. Oh, no, I ain't got nothing that's 21. Uh, damn. God damn, man. That's young as hell, boy. 21. Man, that's young. Yeah, Dave Ramsey will make you hate credit, but I understand why some people just too dumb with credit. Uh, but if you smart, you get you good. Oh, Broad John want to talk. He want to chop it up. Shoot, yeah, for sure. I drop a link. Yeah, man. When I was 21, on my birthday, I was doing watch. on board the USS Kitty Hawk. I was 21. I had to sit in the I had to sit in the office. I worked in the medical supply. I had to sit in the office and I had watched today. So I had to sit in the office on the ship. I couldn't go out and party or anything like that. I had to sit in the ship and do my watch. What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
Not much.
You ain't got no jabos in them?
What's up?
You ain't got no jabos that's older than them?
No, man. I pretty much a lot of because see, here's the thing, man. I have over the course of 20 years, I've been in situations where either I got evicted or something happened where I had to go sit somewhere for a while. I didn't had a few. I didn't had had moments of inconsistency in that 20-year period from me being 40 to now to 21, whereas it been some situations where I done probably had to get rid of some clothes or get rid of some shit that I done had. Like I really had a problem with consistency. You know, that's another thing that I haven't been nowhere where I just kept my shit and actually saved it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I'm trying to start to do too. Like, I bought a gold chain, you know what I'm saying, just so I could try to save some stuff, keep some stuff around,
Ain't
But
nothing wrong with the jewelry because I heard back in the past when the government needed money, they would come to the people and take the people coins, but they left the jewelry. So
yeah,
jewelry
yeah,
it's still valuable, so it's still gold. You know, you can still
yeah,
melt it down. It's still just the same, but they only took the coins. That could still
right,
happen.
yeah,
That could happen again.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
it's still an
yeah.
investment.
Yeah, I looked at it like, man, cause I had got the stimulus, and then I got the business stimulus, I guess you want to call it, because I was a contractor, so I got the 1,200, and then I got another 1,000 for being a contractor. So I'm like, man, you know what, man, I'm gonna just buy me some gold. I'm gonna use this treasury money and just buy me some gold with it. That's what I did.
Which is kind of what they did, really. I mean, you say the treasury money. What did they do? They came and they started trading with gold, and then they came and they gave us the paper notes, the IOUs, you know,
Mm,
and basically took your gold and they gave you a paper and then changed the paper from saying that it's worth gold to we owe you some gold. So
right,
they took all the real wealth and gave us some paper.
right,
So
right, right.
you just basically just reversed it
Yeah, that's what
when
I
you
was
got
thinking.
your own gold.
Right, right. That's how I looked at it.
Because some people say it's like, oh, that's niggerish, when you got you a chain, but see, they ain't really thinking like how you think.
Yeah, yeah. Chains ain't actually bad, man. Um, when because gold is actually going up right now. It's slowly kind of going up, creeping up. But having a, having investing in, if you can, because see, here's the thing. This is what it is as far as the gold talk, silver talk, palladium, platinum. So
Yeah.
the wealthy people, the wealthy guys, the rich finance guys, they say don't save money. Saving money is a fool's gambit. What they mean by that is because the dollar is not not worth as much, you know, versus if you use the dollars to buy stuff that prices increase over time, like real estate, certain companies that might be on the rise in the stock market, buying gold and stuff like that. But I don't recommend that for a person that is trying to establish themselves as, going from zero to a hero. I don't recommend that. I think you should save actual cash. But once you get out of debt and you actually have no debt, yeah, you can actually buy some gold assets. I recommend buying gold assets and stuff like that because see, here's the thing. That's what Robert Kiyosaki said. He say, yeah, you should save money, but you should save God's money. He called it God's money. Gold,
Yeah.
diamonds, silver, platinum, because it's been around since the earth was created. So yeah, I mean, technically, it will be, in the whole God theory, it'll be like closer to God, right? So yeah, but when you're from you're trying to, like I say, go from zero to a hero, you need actual cash. You need cash for emergencies. You need, so much money for if something happens, you need money to actually capitalize on, liquid. You need to be liquid first, then you could possibly get hard assets like gold and silver and stuff like that once you get established. But I definitely don't recommend nobody out the gate to just go buy a whole bunch of gold and just start stacking gold and silver. I mean, you
Nah.
probably can't go wrong from that. But what if something happened? You would have to take that actual physical gold, actual physical silver, go to a place where you exchange currency and sell it to actually get money. And then at 12 o'clock at night, you can't do that. You have to do that during banking hours and, actually take that hard asset and convert it into a liquid asset. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's good, but I think on a certain level that's what's called for, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have resources. I mean, that's what wealthy people have is resources, and you try to go out and get things. You got
Yeah,
to have your food, your water, your basic things, a place to stay, your home, your land. You got
right,
to have these things. When you acquire
right,
those things, then you can get all the gold that you want. Because
right.
when you hungry, you hungry. All the fast food places done closed down and all that. You can't eat your gold. You can't eat your silver. You gonna want some
No,
rice or something, or some
yeah,
maybe some ammo to protect your family
right,
from the other hungry people that want to come and take what you got at home.
right. Yeah, it sounds like, man. Are you into like? Do you think it's like doom and gloom right now? Like, do you think that like things are gonna get just worse? It sounds like I hear a lot of doom and gloom in your
uh,
in your vote or
yeah,
in your vocals.
I kind of feel like, yeah, things is gonna get worse before they get better. But I feel like as a people, what I'm saying, we coming a long way. I like to say like there's different levels of woke. Like you got woke, then you got woke, and woke. And
Mm-hmm.
like neither one of them can really talk to each other because
Mm-hmm.
they ain't on the same level.
Yeah. Now, do you think? You think that like you ever saw the movie The Road or read the book The Road? I never read the book The
That's
Road,
the
but I saw
uh,
the
that's
movie.
the survivalist movie.
Yeah. You think we
I
on some
tried,
old? Mm,
bro. I tried, but that was a long, drawn out movie. It was real
mm,
slow, so I ain't
mm.
really get to finish it. But to be honest, I might go ahead and try to watch that this weekend. But yeah, I'm into that survivalist kind of mentality, and I
I
know a
mean,
lot
do
of
you
black
think?
people they're not really on
In
that.
your opinion, do you think we into some? Do are we headed for the bunker? Like, So a lot of the rich people they buying bunkers because
Yeah, they
they
got it.
have a doom and gloom type of thing too, where they think possibly, man, hell, shit. When that damn the pandemic kicked off, where all of the most of the states was like, and the government was like, man, you got to stay home. You can only buy groceries. Everything start closing. You best believe, man, people was buying up all kind of stuff, bunkers. The rich people was buying up all kind of stuff, man, because they thought it was gonna possibly be where a whole bunch of people gonna start shooting each other for food, and they was thinking all kind of stuff. People were buying toilet paper because I don't know. They thought they was gonna not be able to. They was gonna have to use their hand to wipe their ass. I don't know, but
I think I think that was like a wake up call. That was
mm-hmm,
a wake up call so that they can see how you operate
mm-hmm,
during those times. And so when they see that and they know that, they can counteract on that. Know how
mm-hmm,
to round you up and do whatever they want to do
mm-hmm,
to you. You know, they see what you buying and what you
mm-hmm.
getting. And
See,
they already
here's
know
the
what you got
thing.
because they gave it to you.
Here's the thing with the doom and gloom talk. Like I used to listen to Coast to Coast AM. Very tripped out show. They could listen to Coast and have your ass depressed in the motherfucker, man. They had your
Yeah,
ass
you don't
damn.
want to do that.
You damn near have to check into a mental hospital. Listen to Coast every day.
You're on the
But
couch.
but the thing is that here's the thing with all of the doom and gloom and stuff, right? So yeah, I know quite a bit about the doom and gloom stuff, right? But what I remember, what a guy, I think one of them dudes, it's called Red Pill and Blue Pill, Philip Moreland or whatever. He said something I'll never forget. He said, no matter what, you still got to make enough money to feed your family, to provide shelter for your a roof over your head, and be able to, go out here and compete to get what you need. Now, one thing, another thing he did say was, yeah, when it come down to the come down, okay, you definitely, it's gonna be plenty of houses, well, most likely. It's tons of houses. Now you can kind of say it's even, I go there with you. It's kind of like that now, but I mean we still got food and everything, but it's tons of shelter. There's so many vacant houses, where I'm around.
Tons of people too want to get in them houses, and they
Huh?
got no money, ain't got nothing. They're
Yeah.
gonna be hungry. They're gonna be trying to get in there. You're gonna be trying to call for police to police these houses because when you come back to your property, it's done been vandalized and somebody been staying in there. It's gonna happen because these people ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
Our
it's
people ain't going nowhere, and broke people ain't going nowhere. So
yeah, it's like
they
it's
gonna
like
be
it's kind of like that a little bit, but the thing is that what you gonna really need is, because it most likely will. Okay, let's just say it's a lot of houses, right? But it ain't a lot of food, so you gonna definitely need to grow a lot of food. That's gonna be the problem. Okay, if you gonna go there,
in
you
Texas.
definitely
Yeah,
you need a whole bunch of food. You gonna need to collect seeds, all of that type of stuff.
non
But
GMO,
hmm,
non GMO food, non GMO seeds.
yeah,
Trying to grow them under the sun and this what they got raining on us is gonna be kind of hard, but this shit start. I mean, we got brothers like that starting already. What's the name? Pastor Dow. Pastor Dow started that already. He
yeah,
got people out there,
you gonna
white
need a
and black.
you gonna need a seed bank. You're gonna need really the homestead. You really would need the homestead. But then when you go down that road, you're gonna need a whole bunch of ammo, gunpowder, and then guns, because you're gonna have, if it's a widespread thing, it's not just, it really is a fool gambit, really, too, because if you even have a homestead and you have a whole bunch of water that you saved, what's going to be the problem is the whole world's going to want what you got. and then okay, the government could just take whatever you got. You may be able to stop a horde of people, but you ain't gonna stop the government that need to feed their soldiers and everything like that. So you going down the whole rabbit hole where that's where like the rich, they just said fuck all of that. They want to just get in a bunker, have it loaded up full of stuff, and they just want to hunker down in the bunker. You
Yeah, and if you can't
know,
afford or you ain't important enough to be in that bunker, then you might have a hard time.
right?
But
Yeah,
hopefully
it's
you
gonna be
shouldn't.
a hard time, but that's what they doing because they like, they like, man. Well, if it go to that, then I just want to get my little bunker and I want to go about my business. You know what I'm saying? And hunker
There's ways
down.
to do that. There's
Mhm.
ways to do that too. I know I had another dude at work tell me about how he was thinking about getting one of them container houses.
Yeah.
And it's like it looked like a container, but like inside be kind of decked out. Like, I'm not saying it really don't look that bad. It's surprising, motherfucker. They come to me like, yeah, let me go into my little container. Like, ain't going in no container. Like, you got a piss, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Come there, you got the whole flat screen on the little container wall. Got a closet in there. Shit, tell them to take the shoes off and shit. No container houses look kind of good.
Yeah.
You can put one of them on kind of underground a little bit. Have a little entrance way to it. Hell, start connecting them containers.
Yeah.
Get your little ventilation system and your water. You
Right.
good to go.
Yeah. You could actually build a deep underground bunker with a container house because what you do is just you can you can have it go like 20 feet down if you got enough money to build it out. You can have it set up to like, let's just say like all like 20 feet down, going with about uh however many containers for it to be 20 feet down, and then you have it going to like like a maze where you got all of these
Yeah.
little tunnels of containers, and then you have like a section for food, you have a section for entertainment, have another section for
I
like
seen
bed,
it already, bro. They ain't even
huh?
got containers, bro. I was just talking on the small frame, like as for how it's gonna be so easy to obtain that because everybody ain't thinking like you. These niggas already got the bunkers.
Yeah,
And I say when I say that, I mean I'm really talking about like wealthy people.
yeah,
They
they are.
already
I
got
mean,
them, but they got
yeah,
to be smart too. I seen a dumb wealthy person. A
yeah,
dumb wealthy person. He tried to get the bunker done for cheap. Come to
right,
find out, you go down there, you gonna die because they ain't got the ventilation system. He got his ventilation and it's the way to bring the air in and with the same tubes close to each other.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
How you gonna go underground? You ain't got no ventilation. You just everybody gonna suffocate
right, yeah. You gotta have some type
in
of
the
ventilation
mold.
system.
And they had the wrong gas. And I found out by watching that, like you gotta have the right type of propane system or not use propane. Like they use a different type of gas because the whole thing gonna blow up if you do the wrong thing.
Right.
That's why
Yeah,
I don't
you
even mess
gotta
with like
have
propane.
you gotta have like a lot of stuff. I mean, definitely,
Solar,
yeah,
solar.
right. You gotta have all
Yeah,
kind
I
of
got a
stuff.
question for you though, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like the political climate when it
I
comes
don't
to
worry. I'm not too worried about politics because on my base level, like I mean, the
you mad you
level
mad
I'm
at
at,
Ice Cube for meeting with Trump?
huh?
Are you mad at Ice Cube for meeting with Trump?
No. I mean, here's the thing
Yeah,
about
me.
politics. Here's the things about politics and all of that type of stuff. Like I'm on the bottom level. I'm not People on the bottom level really shouldn't be worried about politics too much because the thing
On the
is
color
that
that matters is green and gold.
because the thing is that you you really can't this country is just like most countries are controlled by the plutocrats and oligarchs. Okay, basically the elite,
The
the
who?
wealthy people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, being on the bottom, worried about politics, you have to have a luxury to be able to really focus on politics. You have to have, you know, basically your shelter in place is pretty good. You have adequate amount of wealth, adequate relationships, you know,
Hmm.
not that much debt, very limited to no debt. And then I think you can worry about politics. But when you got debt and then, you pretty much, dealing with like basic level type of living, you really shouldn't even be worried about politics. You should be trying to, you should definitely focus on local politics. I mean, you should focus on certain things. You should definitely
Yeah, your
voice your
man,
opinion.
governors.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be worried about really. I mean, you really can't afford. I mean, a dude under a viaduct, is he worried about politics? Is sleeping under the viaduct? I doubt he's worried about politics. He's worried
I was
about,
really asking about Q. I was like, a lot of people like everybody be worried about like what celebrities think when it comes
yeah.
to politics. I don't
Are
really
you
think for themselves.
a dude sleeping in a homeless shelter tonight? A family sleeping in a homeless shelter. They ain't worried about no politics. They worried about where they gonna get them a steady place to live. You know, worried about where they gonna lay their head, where they gonna you know defecate at. I mean, basic
Yeah,
level
you can buy those
type of
too.
stuff. You know,
Those halfway houses, those
yeah, they not worried
good
about
low.
politics. It's like we start watching TV and we start engaging in on social media, and people start making posts about politics. I made a post. I said, while we worried about politicking, I mean, black people have a collective wealth of $3,000, and then when our children die, only 13% of them get inheritance of over ten thousand
Unless you
dollars.
run off and spend shit that don't make no sense. Black card.
Yeah, it's like, why are we worried about politics? I mean, we steady talking about all these people making posts about politics. See, the thing about it is nobody want to talk about the money. See, here, my channel, I talk about the money. This young brother, Soul Shader, he ain't number 21, but he talking about the money because the money is what it's about.
Yeah,
You follow the
yeah, that's
money,
good.
you follow the money, it tells you the tale. Because see, here's the thing. These same people that be talking about all this politics stuff, I want to see their personal capital account. I want them to start a personal capital account, and I want to see their personal capital account. I bet $100 their personal capital account will say this in the negative. It'll show that they in the negative.
I
They
heard
got a
them say
negative
earlier
net worth.
that there'll be about 3,000 left down for them in
No,
there.
it'll show
I was
it'll
thinking
show
like
it'll show
only
thirty
they
thousand
ain't got
dollars.
500 for emergency.
No, it'll show $30,000 in debt, and then you start to wonder.
Damn.
You start to ask yourself, it's like, what are you doing on Facebook making posts when you $30,000 in debt, talking
Yeah,
about
they
some
get paid for
politics?
them posts. Should be getting paid for
Why?
them posts. Goddamn, how much money they make off of you? An advertisement.
Yeah, it's like, why
It's
are you
like paying
worried
your
about
personal
politics?
data. Oh, politics. No, no, no. That was just a question because, like, I'm not really.
No, 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 not
I
you.
ain't worried about it, but Q, my nigga, though, like, because I'm an 80s baby. And he, like, the
Yeah,
last one of the ones that, like, said,
no, I'm not saying. I'm not
I'm
saying
still
you.
cool.
I'm not saying you. I'm talking about. I'm talking about the average. Black Twitter, Black Facebook, Black Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
They making all these posts about social media. I mean, politics,
Politics.
and it's like,
Because
and
I
it's
think,
like,
because I think maybe it's a lot of black people now that's voting for Trump.
mhm.
Or maybe they're not.
But what
But
does
then you
it
got some
matter?
black people that calling out to vote for Democrat too, the ones that's actually having affordable housing because of welfare. They're gonna come out and vote Democrat without even thinking about it because the Democrats are the ones who fund that whole movement. So you can't
What
even come out here
what
and
does it
say,
matter? What does it matter? What does that matter with black people, Trump or Biden? What does that matter as far as
To be
what is
honest, it
that?
really don't matter. It really don't matter.
Yeah.
It really don't matter.
What does it matter with that $3,000 wealth? That wealth, collective wealth. With these both of these candidates.
Yeah.
Who who is gonna? Okay, let's just I'm gonna help you out with this. So with that 3K collective wealth, what would
3K
matter
collective wealth.
if they gave reparations? Let's say they gave reparations. That would make an index
3,000.
on those on that $3,000 wealth, collective wealth that Black people have. That will rise substantially, maybe in theory, because if they give the money, if they can show some way to either through DNA or some type of genealogical records, give some type of wealth from the slave trade to black
Anybody that's African American for the last couple of years.
to
That's
black
all
people,
the races on that page.
huh?
All the races on that page when you go like get a job or buy a gun or whatever. All the races on the page. You got African American and black and then Hispanic non-black. Like that shit crazy.
Yeah. Well, if they actually okay, let's just say they found some kind of way to give reparations to black people. Okay, that was the
I'm gonna need more
descendants.
than 3,000.
Huh?
I'm gonna need more than 3,000. I'm gonna need some land. Yeah. I'm gonna need some
No,
acreage.
I'm not saying that they gonna give 3,000. I'm saying what can they do to drive either candidate to drive that average wealth that black people have of $3,000. Okay, and the only thing I can think of is reparations, because that's something that the descendants of slaves do I believe have, as far as that they should be should be given reparations. Some black people have already gotten that reparations. They have proof that some
Jesus
blacks in
Christ.
Florida, they've got reparations for Rosewood, the Rosewood massacre. It's some black folks that already have gotten reparations, but let's just say they, that's the only thing that I can think
They're
of
real quiet with it.
that have on a federal level that what they could possibly do. They won't do it, but let's just say that they could possibly do that would contribute to higher the wealth as far as black people. That's the only thing I can think of that have somewhat of an importance. But other than that, I mean, if you take that out of it, it's it's more of a white issue. It's more of a white issue because you got two white people that are trying to become the next president or get one president out of the office and another one that go in office that actually has a black woman as a vice president. That might be kind of interesting. But then even if let's just say Biden was the vice president running and Harris was the president actually running. If she was the president tomorrow, what is that going to do for that $3,000 average wealth
Not
to
a
black
damn
people?
thing. You can still be locking niggas up for
I
drug
mean,
charges.
it won't be no impact. That's what I'll say, because that's the problem that I'll focus in on. It all goes back there. That $3,000 average wealth that black people actually have in America, that's a problem. That's a problem that you can't refute.
Yeah.
Doom and gloom, yeah, it's already doom and gloom.
What's doom? Oh, doom and gloom is. I'll take that, man. I don't call it doom and gloom. I call it being prepared. Sometimes
Man,
you just
it's
gotta be a
already
couple
it's
steps
already
ahead. No, you
it's
already know that.
already doom and gloom.
All right.
in the hood, it's already zombies. They call crackheads. They walk up and down the street looking for meth, looking for crack, looking for heroin. Uh, it's food deserts. Ain't no food, no grocery stores because I've watched on CNBC where they say, well, I didn't watch the video, but it was something that's it's like basically why grocery stores are not in the ghettos, basically. Primarily, probably is going to talk about that it's not profitable, you know. But the thing is that it's already like it's kind of already the hood is already like the Walking Dead. It's
Yeah.
already like the road. You know, I
Everybody, man, they hungry, man. They want these stimulus checks.
well, yeah, I
They
mean,
hungry.
because the thing is that the stimulus check was great, but
Stimulus
I
checks
mean,
ain't that.
fortunately, I really wasn't waiting on it. I didn't even care about it because I had a job.
Especially that's funny, man. Like that first one came fast though. That one was questionable. Like people change up their checking accounts all the time. That
Yeah,
first one came to me because I had a checking account. Some people I knew they didn't have a checking account. They probably didn't file because they shit wasn't together. They still worried
right.
about the first one.
Yeah, I mean, hell,
And then they got
that
second one over your head.
that
Like, hey,
stimulus check, it didn't do nothing for me because I already owe the federal government $58,000 in student loans. They make that off interest of what I got to pay them back. So, I mean,
what you went to school for, bro?
I went to school for IT,
Okay, cool.
for
Yeah, I got
computer
student loans
programming.
too,
Actually,
man.
I was going to school to
Yeah,
become a
I went.
computer programmer.
Yeah, me too, man. That's the same thing. I went to college to become a computer programmer too, and that's a funny story because I had seen like the people that was progressing, like the dorks. You know, what I'm saying everybody else is like trying to like finesse the dork though to get that get try to learn how to do this code. When
Hmm.
that code and that mathematics go together,
Yeah,
that shit was hard. So I went over to the business field. And then over
yeah,
there, like you just gotta dress, you gotta dress nice, you gotta come have your shit pressed. Like I don't matter what time of the morning it is. In college, you gotta show up ready to go. And
yeah,
that shit was stressed out for me. So that's when
yeah,
I went over to the social science building. They said, "Oh, they're taking everybody over there." So I went to the social science building. I'm like, I come with my suit on. And social science, that's like law enforcement and like, like border patrol and cops and all that. Like, you don't even have to look at it like that. You could be a lawyer, you could be anybody you want to be. I walk down there, I get it, and that
yeah,
shit was the easiest thing ever.
yeah,
Easy. Out of all of those things I went in for, that was the easiest one to come up out of there for. And a
yeah.
lot of people came up out of there not knowing that.
It's humanities, it's sociology. That's what I majored.
The
I
social science building.
Yeah,
Bachelor's.
I majored in sociology for a couple years. Before I got into IT, I was in sociology, humanities. But the thing, a lot of those teachers, I don't like it because you have to, because it's not one thing about math. You take a math course, they got to give you an A if you pass all of the questions, right? If you answer all the questions right, they got to give you the A+. Well,
Yep.
with humanities, one thing I don't like about humanities in college and whatever, if the teacher don't like you, it's a way for him or her to give you a bad grade based off of your essays and your arguments and theories and stuff like that. It's a way for them to give you a bad grade because you gotta, if you're not a kiss up to their
Yep.
lecture, they can give you a bad grade and all of that, and that's what I don't like about humanities. Um, if you're not an ass kisser, they'll give you a lower grade.
Yeah.
But
When I was in college, the dude that you go to see over you is
mhm,
supposed to be different than your professor, and my professor and the dude that go see over me was the same person.
yeah,
That's how small that building was. And I noticed that the people that was excelling was the girls. I started looking at the girl like, what they doing? I started coming in at certain hours because I want to, you the person I'm supposed to talk to when I got questions. And I see
right.
like the girl behind the desk and all that walking around. And I said, oh, I see what's going on here.
Uh-huh.
I know they gonna pass.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
so it's not really to be, but I
Uh,
still appreciate it. It taught me a lot being in college. I went to Bethune College.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I learned a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I mean politics is definitely interesting, but one thing I will say is that you gotta look at the money, man. That's how they control you. You know, if you if you already got money, you ain't gotta be no garbage man, you ain't gotta do no job you don't want to do. You don't really have to do that much.
Yeah,
It's like you said, it's
that's that
financial
financial
freedom.
freedom. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's how they control you. It's with the money. They want you. So when you go to high school, when you go to grammar school, unless you went to like a very good school system or your parents, if they didn't teach you financial knowledge, personal finance, business finance, economics,
they're
business
gonna
law,
make bad choices.
marketing, anything like that, you are you basically a slave. By the time you get in debt, by the time you 18, you get your first credit card, you just start the slave cycle over again, and then
Yeah,
now you're a financial slave to the system. If
yeah.
you lucky enough, you can learn and catch yourself before it get too out of hand. But basically, they don't want to teach that in school because they want to keep slaves. They want to have a continuous supply of slaves.
That's
You
what
know
school
to
is. Just like the penitentiary.
Yeah, because the new slavery is financial slavery. That's the new slavery. But also it's prison and shit like that. But you know a lot of times
And that's just what it is.
if you go interview a prisoner, why did you do what you had to do? They'll say, I didn't have that many opportunities, basically, in more ways than one. They didn't have, they kind of, was closed off of opportunities, but, that's the thing. That's why I look at it, man. That's like, I got a house in the hood. I'm invested in the hood right now. But the thing
That's
about
what's
it
up.
is, what I'm trying to tell people is that even if you're in the hood, it's cats in the hood trying to spend money to impress other people that's in the hood. And it's like, instead of trying to get out the hood and save your money, instead of buying those 20-inch rims and candy paint Cadillacs and all of that shit, you know,
I gotta
and
get on the
buying
Cadillac, bro.
buying up a
Oh, go ahead.
property, buying up a property or whatever, trying to buy the whole block or the whole street. They just buying these cars and shit that has a depreciation of value. You know, you
Yeah,
you can't sell it for what you paid for it. You take
nah,
the
they appreciate.
yeah. So it's like I'm trying to it's I'm just trying to better myself, but a lot of people ain't gonna listen. What I'm saying.
That's true.
But you can't.
That's
I don't
pretty
necessarily
much
lose
what we
sleep
have
over
to
those
go.
individuals, but
Nah,
like I say, man, I follow my millionaire savings plan. That's what saved my life. I'm writing a book about it.
that's
That
what's
that
up, bro.
saved my life. Because that whatever you are, wherever you are in the world, man, you can follow that plan and enrich yourself. You can be a wealthy individual, get yourself out of debt, um, you know, achieve a lot of financial success one step at a time with that plan. Because like I said, I came up with that plan when I was living in my sister's basement, and I was thinking to myself, what can I do to you know achieve my goal to become a millionaire? And I tried everything else, and I was thinking to myself, well, what if I just save one step at a time? It might be extremely difficult, but if that's what I got to do, I know I could possibly do that. But it might be difficult. But turns out it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was, and it was the plan. It was a good idea, As a matter of fact, it wasn't just a good idea. It changed my life. It was the best idea, one of the best ideas I've ever had in my life. Because what it
Yes.
immediately does, it gets you off that check to check lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That check to check lifestyle, it basically it destroys that immediately. You know, you ain't gotta live check to check basically when you got $2,000-3,000 in the bank account. You know what I'm saying? It just basically it takes that and it just throws it in the garbage can. You're not waiting for your paycheck to get, hit your bank account. You ain't waiting for no stimulus check. You're not waiting for no grant. None of that, because you already got 4,000. You got a grant in your bank account. You got a couple grants in your bank account. You got Ulysses grant. You got you know what I'm saying, all them grants in your bank account.
Got the money.
Yeah, you got the money. You know what I'm saying. You ain't living check to check. You could be. It don't even matter where you work. You know what I'm saying, because money is king. Cash is king. So you got $4, $5, $6,000 in your bank. You know what I'm saying. You ain't worried about no stimulus check. You ain't worried about trying to do no stupid shit because you're not desperate. You got enough money to live off for a month or two. Then the next year you got 16,000 in your account.
No
You know
doom.
you got enough. You got enough to buy a small farm. You know what I'm saying? Then the next year, a couple years from now, you got 32,000. You know what I'm saying? Now you got enough to start you a little small. Instead of working for the gas station, you can start you a small convenience store. You know what I'm saying? And still work it. You could work the convenience store or work another job while you get the convenience store off the ground. And then what I'm saying, you get where I'm going. You better in your life, man. You talking to a
Man,
future millionaire. You know what I'm saying, in the work.
don't overlook the crypto. I'm about to head up out of here like at 2.
Hmm.
But don't discount the cryptos either, bro.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
discount the
yeah,
cryptos.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That shit's been making money. I've been following it, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna look at the cryptos tonight before I go to sleep. You the
Yeah,
second
it'll tell
person.
you I was in the like transforming those cryptos to different cryptos
Mm-hmm,
and using the platform to do it, right?
mm-hmm,
So I used that platform in the past to do something like with the programs already. See, it's a lot of scams in crypto. You got to be smart about it, like not to get in no programs. If you new in the crypto, just buy you a coin like Bitcoin or Ethereum and just hold it. You just hold it like a stock. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever send it to nobody, no program, no person, none of that shit. These your private keys.
mm-hmm.
But man,
Right.
I don't know. They got so many of them. They got so many
Yeah,
of them, and I've been in a bunch of scams,
yeah.
and like when you try to, and I'm still doing it again. Like it's
I
hard. It's
just,
like gambling.
I got kind of scared. I have to admit, I'm doing this Robin Hood challenge, and
Yeah,
back in March, I had bought some cryptos. Actually, before March, it was about February. I had bought some cryptos, and I got stuck in crypto hell. And I had lost
yeah,
I damn near blew my whole challenge buying cryptos. And I had got out of it. And then I started, start making some money.
trap out, trap.
So I didn't look back. I just got out of it, and I got kind of scared of cryptos because every time I started messing with them, I started
I
having
was like,
issues
listen,
with losing money. So I just, after I got out of it, I didn't even really look back, man, to be honest with you. I
yeah,
started.
that's a whole different subject with that. 'Cause, like you got a choice on that. That was made to be discreet, and
Yeah.
still certain people want their hands on that, so you got to pay on that
Mhm.
if you move that way.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Right.
So people starting to pay attention. So
mm,
it's been a lot of money been moving over there, man. But it's crazy though, because it kind of correlates with the stock market, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I
mm.
want to see the stock market go down and these cryptos go up. That's what I was
Hey,
banking
let
on.
me let me tell you
That's my
something that
real
you really
forms of currency.
let me give you a little advice too though that you could look at. Um, Forex. Forex,
Oh
man.
yeah, that's what I'm in Forex right now. I've
Forex
been in
is a
Forex. That was the first thing I seen when I first started with that mindset of entrepreneurism. When I
man.
first started with that mindset, I was on that Forex, and then I got crushed because I didn't know like what I was looking at. I'm looking at these charts and I'm trying to guess, and then I had started buying robots. And then like the robots wasn't even doing that good for you. You know,
Mm-hmm,
they tell you not to do something, you go in. It's just like playing the slots. You just ringing it. You don't know if you're gonna win or not. And most of the time you lose.
mm-hmm,
So you got to move on to different things after that. But then you end up full circle, and then
mm-hmm.
full circle again. So right back
And
into the forest. But at this time, I'm paying
man,
somebody else to do it for me.
this
I ain't
cat's
doing it
man
myself.
making millions of dollars, man, hundreds of $1,000s, man, quick with Forex because they putting a lot of money into it. It's very risky, but the Forex market is I think they say 10 times bigger than the stock market.
Yeah, you need foreign exchange. I'm
Yeah,
surprised Feds ain't over that. Now that I said it, now what's what happened?
yeah,
I'm knock on wood.
yeah. So
But yeah, you can't control foreign exchange. They go fast.
yeah. So it's like something that I've been trying to learn about, but I've been kind of busy. I haven't really been putting too much time into it, but I'm gonna get back into it though. But I seen how you can make some money though, but you gotta put a lot of money into it because I think I was
Yeah,
losing money and I was making money, so it's like okay, I was putting only $20 or $40 in there. So let's say if I put 400 or 4,000, then that little $20, $2 or $3, I'll either win $2 or $3. I mean, or not so much win, but gain $2 or $3. But it'll turn into 20 and $200 at a time with 4 grand, um, versus $2. You know what I'm saying? So you just
that's
gotta
crazy.
put,
I wonder how they
yeah,
make money off of that. Like, they got to
yeah,
go
you
off of the
gotta put
emotions of
money
the
into
people. Like if the people gonna buy or
it.
if the
Mm-hmm.
people gonna sell on top of despair, they can't really buy Bitcoin, so the price might go down. So you should put
Mm-hmm.
in your sell, your sales, your buys and your stops
Yeah,
on certain exchange.
right.
Because like just thinking about how the people feel at the time, and then the stimulus checks come in, you need to put in the buy. Some people
Mm-hmm.
thinking like you, they like, man, I ain't like y'all other than man, fuck that. I'm finna invest mine. So they finna go and buy them some little Bitcoin, some Ethereum. And you just ride that wave till
Mm-hmm.
they come and tell us that it's another sickness or some other shit. And then like everybody gets scared again. Put in your
Right.
sales, time to sell. You gotta just ride that wave, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
stocks too though. That's what I got messed up at because I ain't want that correlation of stocks and cryptocurrencies moving and going up and down at the same time. Like when the stock market went down, Bitcoin went down. Stock market went up, Bitcoin went up. So I'm saying there is no correlation with the mood of the people at this moment. These are the same people. They're doing both. They in stocks and they in crypto when they
Mm-hmm.
happy or when they got it.
Right. Right.
Most people that's in it is like you said, hell, they already got their shit together. They ain't working on 9 to 5. They just riding
Yeah.
these waves, man.
You dealing with scared money when you put money in there when you ain't got your stuff, solid with your living situation and all of that. That's why I had to pull my money out and I had to just focus on my life. I had to better my lifestyle, man. I had to use my money to better my lifestyle because it's like, you living with other people and all that stuff. You got to work on that. You got to work on that first. So I'm putting my money in real estate so I can, have me a good solid place to live, lay my head, and then I'm gonna get back into it. I'm gonna get back into it heavy. But I've been just focusing on real estate primarily because the thing about real estate is you could leverage it to get out of debt, to increase your assets, because basically my whole thing is assets over liabilities. I don't focus on
Yeah.
income.
And Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah, I focus on assets over liability. So basically, if I can increase my assets and then use it towards my liabilities, man, I'll eventually get to where I want to be. So
It's a sacrifice from a layer of comfortability to a lot of people that
yeah,
can make it.
yeah. But I'm gonna get up off of here, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
about that
saying?
time.
Yeah. I didn't really want to be here this long, but I mean, I always trying to learn something and dialogue, always. But any last words, Bath?
Nah, bro, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be here all the time, man. I'll be around. All right, later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?